Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the second lesson in the Farsi scripts. Now, in this lesson we are going to talk about the letters Ha, Jeem and Kha. Before we start with these letters, we need to make sure that we know this thing. So, you've got the pen that you work with, which is cut with an angle, and there's a full thickness for this pen. In today's lesson we are going to use a lot of this. We are going to use half the pen, this area of it, 2/3 of it, and the tip of it. So we have several cases. We have either the one that we use the full thickness of the pen, we use half the thickness of the pen, sometimes we use the 2/3, just like this, so this is smaller than this, or just the tip of the pen. And these skills are very important so that we can be able to write the hat in a proper way. We are going to start with the singular hat with the first move. Now the first move is half the thickness, and it looks like an eyebrow. So if you imagined an eyebrow, if there was an eye here, and it's an eyebrow here, so you basically go up then go back to the right. Now for this you are going to use half the thickness, and the width of this move is 2 points. So we go up, then use half the thickness to go back, just like this. Now this is the first move. We add a dot next to it that will govern the body of the hat or the kha. And now the second move would be just to go down this way, just like this. From this angle you add 3 points, and you add 1 point here and 1 point here. Now the third move would consist of going back with a full thickness, and here you need to be careful because the angle here is this way. With moving on, you are going to rotate the pen so that it would be very shallow, just like this. So you're starting from here and you move about, rotate the pen, and then come back with the same angle as this. And this is how we write ha by itself. Now, notes to be taken from this is the following. So you've got the first move, then the second one, then the third one. Look at the shape here, it's an ellipse, it's not a circle. You have to be careful here. Now, with more detailing of the shape, you will find out that we started with a shallow, a thin line, then at the end it becomes thicker. We're talking about the thicknesses here. So it starts thin, and then it gets bigger, the distance here. But that's for a very skillful person to do. Let's say the inclination here, you have to be careful of that too. And this letter comes with letters such as the ha, mim, ra, ha, and ya. So for example, it will connect with a ha by doing this. So for example, Hajj will connect with a meme. Will connect with a ya. With a ha. For the ha, we have several moves of it. And it will connect to a ra. And this ha is sort of a ha that we find for special cases. There's another one that is not for a special case, and that one comes with the majority of the letters. Now that one is a bit different from this one. So for that one, we are going to use a slightly bigger scale. So that one is 2.5 thickness, and the moves here are a bit different. It's basically an upset person's eyebrows. So instead of just going back, we are going to go up and down. We do this. Imagine if there was a person here and he was upset, he will have this eyebrow. So again, using not the full thickness, we go up, we go down and up, and then depending on what's connected after it, for example if it was a ba, we go up and we connect it to the ba. So as we can see here, we've got a move up, down, then up. Meanwhile here it's just one move downward. So for example we've got hub, or we've got ihsan, alif. The ha is followed by the sin, so we use this one. And here is what we said about the different thicknesses of the pen that we are going to use. Because with the ha you've got thickness, then another thickness, then several thicknesses here. So you have to be very careful writing them. And the noon finally. So here we have two types of has. The one that comes with these letters and the other one that comes with the remaining letters. Now there's a special ha for letters that goes up, for example alif, kaf, lam, dal. So for that one we are going to do the same thing as the second one, but it's quite short. So we're going to use the half thickness, and it is almost a 1 point wide. So we go really high with the first move, then with the half of the pen we do this move. Now when we go back shallow, then really thick. It's a pretty hat. So we went up very long, rotation, then back with a full thickness. So this comes with an alif, with a lam. For example, if this was a lam, so kha, khal, hak, ha, kaf. Or had with the dal. Or jad. So the notes that we need to keep an eye on with this letter is the shape inside. Imagine a turtle. This is the shape inside. So you go up, then you go back, then you go all the way with the full thickness. The shape inside is basically a turtle shell. If you want to write a longer word, the moves as we said, 1, 2, then 3. This one is half the thickness. Now, for example, if we were to write Hakima, we go up, half the thickness, rotate, come back with a kaf, then we do the connection for the meme, finally the meme. This is a case for using this ha. We have another special case for the letter ra, and now for that one it has 3 moves. The first one is half a thickness, going up. The second one is moving from half a thickness to full thickness. Then the third one is a full thickness move that is going back like this, and finally it connects to a ra. So here we've got the first one, which is half, the second one which is moving from half to full, just like this. And the third one, which is a rotate, sort of a very smooth to curved move, and it connects to a ra. And this one, some calligraphers say that it looks like a mouse. So if you've got two ears here, and this is the back of the mouse, this is its head, you could add legs here, and that's the tail of the mouse down here. So it's quite nice to of a method to memorize the shapes of the letters by animals, because some say that the Farsi script was basically sort of expressed with animal shapes and ducks and birds. Now, when we have a ha in the middle, for that one, it depends on what's sort of connected to it, and the main shape for that is the following. So you have two options. You either go back and around in this way, or you go the other way around by, for example, if there was something else connected after it, which is going back up like this. So these are the two cases you will find in the Farsi with the ha connected in the middle of the word. So for example, the first one would be Muhammad. We've got the meme, and there's a ha followed by a meme. So we do this ha, then connect it with a meme. Meanwhile, for example, if we were to write Majd, we use the other one. So, because the letter following the Jeem is a dal, not a meme. So it is followed by a letter that is going up. So the Jeem has to be this shape. Meanwhile here it's going down, so it has to be the other way around. Practice these, because it might sound simple, but with time it will be hard for you to memorize them. This is for the middle ha. All shapes have the same, whatever the letter was, it's either one of those two. So for example, yajib, you're going to use the ya, followed by a ba, so we are going to use this one. Then we add the ba. Now with regards to the shapes, you have to be careful with the thicknesses, so this should be half the thickness, followed by half the thickness, then gradually increasing to the full thickness. Hajij, on the other hand, is different because it is several has. So Hajij would be starting with a normal ha, this one, connects to this ha because it's followed by a ya. Now, when you go up for the ya, you do the half a thickness, then you do this connection for the final meme, and the final meme would be the same one as that one, and with the ellipse shape. Hajij. With regards to the ha at the end, it's the same as this one. You've got the extruded parts with the body, and it's basically the same one. Some special cases for Muhammad, you could practice those if you want to. You have the meme goes down with a hat, and the hat here sort of rotates all the way around, just like this, finishes with half a thickness, then a meme, then a dal. A nice way to write Muhammad. We could also look into what happens if we had a shida connection before the ha. For example, sabbaha, we have a scene that sort of decreases in size, then goes back here so that it will fit the ha in here, and we continue the ha. The same thing goes, for example, fath. So fa, we decrease the size, go back with half the thickness so that it will fit in the ha. We're talking about this area here. because if it was thick, the hat will touch the letter and it will not fit. Now, for homework, you should try the following words. We have balah. So a ba and a lam is basically the ba and alif. Then we are going to use this half a point, half the thickness connection for the hat. Then we're going back this hat, the half that is going back like this. Then we connect it with here. And you could practice with Habib. So we go up this hat that has this shape in it. Then we go back, you go back half a thickness. This is the ba, that sort of comes with the hat. Now the ba to the other ba, you use the thick and high. So this is ba and ya. It's basically the same one as this one. Finally, you connect this to the half, with the half thickness with the final ba, that we could use the long one. This way you practice this hat and the several nabirat inside a word. You could write hajib to see the difference and to practice the ha alif one. So we go high, half a point, very short. Then we go back with a very thick line. Let's do it again. We go high, half the point, then back with the heights. And here the Jeem and the ba would be the open one. Just like this. And you can practice the ajib and the other words. So for today's lesson we saw the ha by itself, and the special case when it's followed by one of these letters, and when it's sort of followed by any other letter you use the other one. Then we saw the special case with such as the alif, lam, kaf and dal. Then we use this shape that contains sort of a tortoise shell inside, and these are the moves for it. Here we saw a special case for the ra and well, the moves it involves. Then we saw how it looks like in the middle, where we have two cases, either this one or this one. We saw why we use them. We use the first one if we had a letter that is connected from above, following the ha. Now keep in mind that you could use a kshida connection with the ha. So for example, you could use like this very long connection in some cases, if it was suitable for the writing. So it's basically meme, small ha, then you would go with the very long one. Then we saw how it connects with a nabira. Special cases we will look into later. If we had, for example, a kaf followed by a ha, we will look into them when they come with those, or like a lam, so al-habib for example, or al-hub. We will look into these when they come, because we have another very long shape that connects with the ha, just like this, but we will leave that for the lam lesson, and how it looks like with the long one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and share these lessons with people that you want them to learn, and see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.